welcome. It's the final Iso-Luncheon today. Final show.
R.I.P. Iso-Luncheon.
Yeah, I know.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
It'll forever stay in our memories and our hearts, won't it? It'll hold a special place in my heart, the Iso-Luncheon.
Of course, we are moving to breakfast. You can join us from 6 or 10 on Monday.
And Ju, you were working this morning. Juliet, you were working this morning on the breakfast show. Laura, Sam, Tony, the final show.
Was the final show.
How was it?
It was emotional, but we had a good time.
Yeah,
so
not ideal circumstances to finish a radio
really hard
show.
because you guys we're not all in the same room because everyone's around different places. So hard to have a final,
Have a big final goodbye. Yeah, we did say we'll definitely catch up for a lunch or something once.
No, you will not see them now. You will not. You are banned from seeing those people. Your ex-partners. Ben the Monsters decided to roll in on Monday. And
what?
Yeah, you're like, what I want to do is make sure they finish
I had nothing
not in the studio under less than ideal circumstances. Okay, so we're going to be running our online quiz today. I finally got around to finding some Would You Rather questions.
Oh, yeah, that's surprising because I did bring in Family Feud.
He's always bringing back up games.
Yeah, well, I didn't rely on you. So,
the ongoing story.
If I don't like Would You Rather, I'll be playing Family Feud. There might be 2 games going on today.
He's a bit nervous about the
I don't
tone
like
of the
Would You Rather. I don't like Would You Rather. They're never good one. They're never like. Yeah.
What if it's like, would you rather chocolate ice cream or candy floss?
Oh, that's great.
Do you want me to ask that? Yeah, that'd be the first question. Anyway, if you comment below, you're more than welcome to get yourself in the draw for a Griffin's prize pack. What happens when you got coronavirus? Do you just ride it out?
I think there's no real. I mean, obviously, if it gets really bad, go in the hospital.
Kia ora, Aotearoa. I don't know what day it is, and I haven't shaved in a very long time. But that doesn't matter right now because it's time to get ready to bust up the boredom of your house prison. This is the Iso-Luncheon. Please welcome your hosts, standing 2 meters apart. It's Jono and Ben.
Welcome along, New Zealand. This is the very final Iso-Luncheon. Jono and Ben with you on the hits.
R.I.P. Iso-Luncheon. We'll be holding a rap party afterwards. All standing 2 meters apart, though, and not sharing anything. So we're just going to stand in a room.
We're
in
not
silence.
having a rap party.
Coming up on the show today, we've got our second part of our interview, our Zoom interview with Jeff Lowe from the Netflix documentary The Tiger King. He will be joining us. Plus, if you know someone who has put their body on the line in the name of essential working, then you need to nominate them. They could be our ISO legend and win a $250 grab one voucher at the end of the show. You can text hits, their name, a few details, and we'll do that shortly.
Now, we used to do a TV show, didn't we, Jono? Some of the people that were on the TV show with us have gone on to bigger and better things.
And deservedly so as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
we were holding them back, really.
We were. And we've gone on to the hits. What are you saying about the hits?
No, not saying.
Sounds like Producer Juliet, you've been working at the hits for a while. I mean, do you take that as a personal...
I just said some people have gone on to big...
But insinuating we had done...
Thanks, Ben. No, just
Thanks, Ben. Juliet worked for 18 hours yesterday. And you come in here and go, oh, they've gone on. She's still on TV. We're just at the hits.
No, I didn't say that. I was going to say including us who have gone on to the hits. Now, Laura Daniel we used to work with on Jono and Ben. And she's now working on 7
Apparently
Sharp.
she's gone on to bigger and better things. Bigger and better than the hits.
Well, she has recently, because on 7 Sharp, they had a cake baking challenge in lockdown, and they had to bake a cake about their favourite person.
Geez, we're all filling in airtime, aren't we?
Yeah, and she made one about Jacinda Ardern, and it didn't turn out that great.
I know, you showed me a photo of it this morning, and it gave me nightmares. And I haven't even slept yet.
Yeah.
And I still had nightmares from that cake.
But this, of course, has gone around the world.
It's around the world?
It's at BBC, CNN, Guardian. All the websites around the world have picked up on this cake about the Prime Minister, because the Prime Minister even commented on Laura's post as well.
It looks like the Prime Minister suffered a horrible nuclear explosion.
Yeah.
Was it the middle of Chernobyl or something?
Yeah, it does. So I thought we might give Laura a call. I don't know if she still answers our phones now that she's gone on to bigger and better things.
The number you have called is not currently active or is invalid. Please.
Oh, there's your answer.
Yeah, so
Gone
anyway.
on to bigger and better things and bigger and better cell phone numbers.
So anyway, she did a cake, and I'm sure she did. The Prime Minister commented, and that's all we have to say about that. Love being on the hits, guys. It's the Iso-Luncheon, Jono and Ben.
Nice one, June.
So I've done my password wrong too many times.
This
and now I've been locked out. What happens in this situation? Because caps lock was on.
I hate
and I didn't know it was on because there's no little green light. Anyway, these are not big problems.
But don't you hate it when you lock yourself out of the work?
So what do I do though? I've never done.
Well, what you do now is you have to do a process where you have to enter a password that No matter how many times you enter it, will never be satisfactory.
Oh, like now or through?
You can reset it.
Oh, thank you.
Social L. Social L
No,
is just a...
he's just like a
Sorry.
tech quiz.
I have to do this all the time. No, sorry for idiot announcers like me.
I locked myself out.
I did my password wrong.
My bugbear was always just getting a password that gets accepted. Like, you know, it's
Oh
like you have
yeah,
to try and
it's-
prove
you
your
try to
password.
remember it. You're like, it's not a strong enough password. You're like, oh,
Oh
god.
my god.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you rather today? Yes. First one, Ben. Would you rather a piece of cake or a bag of candy floss? We said we'd start with that, and this is a conundrum for you, bearing in mind that you're not a sweet tooth.
I got candy floss. Candy floss.
Really?
Yeah.
Over cake?
But then candy floss is like, and then it.
I feel dirty and sticky.
yeah, like
after
I
candy floss.
reluctantly candy floss.
Would you like a sponsored crispy biscuit?
Yeah, at some stage, yes.
On camera.
No,
you
we're
like-
not shared. At the moment, we're not sharing
Or would you
food.
not like a crispy biscuit?
Yes, but not from that packet.
I would like one.
You would like one. Oh, Julia's keeping the sponsors happy.
Yeah.
There you go. They nearly went on this.
That
Okay,
almost-
here's your first would you rather question. Would you rather lose a year of your life or spend a year of your life in prison? Comment below.
Wow, that's a hard
What's happening in
one.
prison? Like, what have you done? Like,
Oh,
if-
so what? Like, if you were going to die, let's say 85 years old, you'd just be like, oh well,
I'm going to die at
84.
84. Yeah.
Do you
or
know-
you spend a year of your life in prison and you can live to 85. I'd take the year off.
Yeah.
I would not want to spend
Yeah.
a year in prison.
Yeah, I agree.
Look at me, I'm hot. I'd just be eaten up in prison. I mean,
Yeah, I
like,
think-
who's
yeah,
this sexy new piece of meat?
Yeah, no, oh yeah, I think you would. You'd take your year off.
But then part of me's like, if you've done a year in prison, you're like, you got the cred, don't you, for the rest of your life?
Oh no, but then it makes things difficult.
What makes?
Well,
Well, depends what you've done.
well, criminal record. You don't want a criminal record.
No, you had one.
No, what I didn't get.
Oh yeah, the courts decided.
I
that
didn't get I don't have a record. I don't. Yeah,
Okay,
but
You can
Producer
still
Ben.
travel.
yeah.
Are we taking line
I like
4?
how we're not discussing what he's got one for. Don't mention it.
No.
Don't mention it. Let's say it involved a balaclava
No, it did.
and
There
a
was some,
can
it's a TV, a dumb
Right,
TV
10
skit.
seconds.
10 seconds. Jesus, what are we doing?
And mics are on.
It's Khalid, Ed Sheeran, beautiful people. It is the Iso-Luncheon, Jono and Ben. Ed Sheeran owns a pub and paying all his employees in full. As long as, and he said they can go work wherever they want at the same time if they can get jobs, as well as being paid in full.
Oh, God, I love him even more.
He's good,
I
eh?
love him even more. But mind you, if Ed Sheeran's your boss, you'd be like, come on, mate, you can foot the, you can foot the bill for a few weeks, can't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, during isolation, we're all having to, I think develop new skills. Skills that you would usually go and see a professional for.
Oh, I thought you meant like eating and drinking about midday.
Well, we've all developed those skills
Right.
wonderfully. The clock just keeps turning back earlier on that start time. But, like Ben, you need a haircut.
Yeah.
And I said, I will give you a haircut.
don't
And you
wanna do that.
refused to let me give you?
So I haven't got that desperate yet.
Really?
Not yet. Don't say really and look at my hair.
Have you seen his head, Producer Juliet?
Yeah.
Yeah, take your head off.
Oh,
Look at it.
Yeah,
Look at that thing.
Yeah.
What did you come dressed as today, mate?
Just keep the hat on, I reckon.
Oh.
You look great either way.
that was a
A
good
savage burn made up with a lovely compliment.
thank you for that.
Well done, Producer Juliet.
What a roller coaster.
But I've become Jennifer, my wife, needed her hair cut.
No, she didn't get you to do it.
Wow, I tell you what, you could cut the air with a knife or a pair of kitchen scissors, as it turned out. The tension.
Oh, would have been.
I was just like, it's like diffusing a bomb.
Yeah.
I know what it turned out. I have no place in the hair game. I mean, nature's decided that for me already.
Yeah,
it's given
true.
me no hair.
Yeah.
But it went all right. Like, I mean, I'm not
I'm
going to.
imagining it's not like a whole new style for her or anything like that.
No, you're not going to see me at Rodney Wayne or anything.
You're just like trimming a little bit here and there.
Yeah, it's a
but
pri-
still nerve-wracking.
Well, it's a prison haircut. It'd be like, oh, you've just come out of prison, but you still look respectable. You
Yes,
want to
yeah,
make yourself, when you're exiting prison, you want to make yourself
Yeah.
look respectable
Yeah.
for your friends and family. There's going to be a welcome home party. Oh, you've had a prison haircut.
Right, it's one of those.
That's what it turned out like. Have you become a semi-professional in something?
Oh, not anything that you would want to use outside of lockdown, but I'm getting more and more more risque taking out the bin each week. Yeah, at the start, I was probably like, I'll be clothed, and now I'm like, I'm just in my boxers because there's no one around. So you get more over the 4 weeks of just sort of like lost an item of clothing every time I'm taking the bin out.
Come this Sunday night, fully naked.
Yeah, I don't know if I get that far.
Former TV presenter strolling through the streets with a wheelie bin.
Yeah, you're like, there's no one around.
It's funny he's dropping the bin 5 blocks down.
So should we throw this out there?
Yeah, I reckon we should. 0800 the hits. Come give us a call. We're always here to take your calls as long as it's between 12 and 1. Otherwise, we will not answer them. What have you become a semi-pro in during lockdown? 0800 the hits.
My wife actually fixed our washing machine because she's the handy person in our relationship.
She is.
And she fixed the whole thing the other day. And I was like, well done, because I was already about to call an emergency plumber, and she did the whole thing.
She's got a tool belt.
Yeah,
Your wife has a tool belt.
Yeah, I'm good. I get like cups of tea and bring it to her and stuff. I'm in charge of Smoko.
Yeah. Ben's got a Ben 10 belt that holds up his trousers.
Exactly.
On the phone for the Waikato, Emily, you've become a semi-professional what?
I've become a semi-professional beautician.
Congratulations. And I imagine that would be the same for, a lot of people across the country having to prune themselves. Prune themselves? Prune themselves?
themselves.
Trim the bits, yeah.
Started doing my own waxing.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
It's adventurous. How's that going?
So far so good. It's definitely a bit more tricky in the hard-to-reach areas, but otherwise all good.
All right. You haven't left the job half done or something? Because if I was self-waxing, I'd be like, oh, no. Once I did one, I'd be like, someone can sort that out in a few weeks. Someone can tidy that mess up.
It's a new style here, guys. I'm rocking.
Thanks for your call, Emily. Dave, welcome. You're on the air. You've become a semi-professional what during lockdown?
Oh, it's not me. It's my brother. He's become a semi-professional dentist. He yanked his own tooth earlier this week.
Well done.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what he yanked it with, but he did it with a can-do attitude.
I don't know. He was out in the garden shed.
Oh, God.
I remember working the Rock. There's a guy phoned up. He's like, my dad refuses to pay dental bills, so he sorts his teeth out with pliers, like pulls them out with pliers.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And the next call we got after that was a guy who flossed his teeth with his long hair.
That's right.
With his long hair.
Yeah, well done, New Zealand. Who knows how much longer of lockdown to go?
Yeah, I mean, what we've realised is, the people who do their jobs professionally, they do them really well.
Yeah, can't wait for small business to open up again. And actually, speaking of small business, we've got something for you next, a free platform of how you can navigate COVID-19. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. It is The Hits. Jono and Ben and the Killers.
That was funny.
All right, so back to Would You Rather. Welcome.
I wasn't sure what that last call was about, so I wasn't.
No,
in case you didn't throw it.
We prattled on for a
We
bit.
had prattled on. It was
Okay,
4 minutes
that's right.
52.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Cool.
You're fine. Okay, here we go. Would you rather? So we sorted out the prison one.
Yeah, we did.
We'd rather lose a life than spend a year in prison. And we also sorted out that Ben had a criminal record. But we're not going to stipulate what the crime was.
details of what those are.
Okay.
Don't have a record.
No.
But
No, you got the record.
been arrested. But not proud of it, and would.
I would be.
No, I'm not proud of it.
like,
No, it was the worst time of my life. Anyway, let's talk about good times. There you go.
You want to know a good time? Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Oh.
Read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather lose the ability to read. Yeah.
Because people can just tell you.
I mean, I can't read
You're
now.
right there.
Yeah.
You almost lost the
Does
ability.
you rather lose the ability to breathe?
breathe and eat
That's the one.
eat a cracker at the same time.
Yeah, because people can just read it to you.
Are we Monty Beetham next? I just teased
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
good. Yep.
Yeah.
And you need to set that up really well. So how does that start?
That
Sorry, radio
starts-
talk. You
That's right.
carry on with your.
Okay, here's Would You Rather. Comment in
That's
the
how it
section
starts.
below for the Griffin's pack.
Here, boys. How's the bubbles going?
Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early? Oh, I know.
20 minutes early.
I know. He's an early guy.
Absolutely.
20 minutes early.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, why would you want the other one?
But
These are
everyone
great.
knows. Everyone knows. Oh, don't worry. He's 10 minutes late. Don't worry. That's how he runs his schedule. Don't worry. So it's
Yeah,
not
well,
like
no,
you're
you're going to be
stressed out.
annoying people anyway.
No, you're
What
not gonna
if
be
you were,
stressed out.
like, when you go to parties or things, like, you have to be fashionably late. You're not really the first one there.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
when
That's
I'll be
probably a
late.
time.
You're 20
Yeah.
minutes early. You're like,
Yeah, guys, I'll help you set up.
still shaving my legs.
Yeah, no, you never want to be that guy that turns up early for a party.
Well, you would be if you were 20 minutes early.
Yeah, well, I'm that guy because they would just no,
Because professionally, you couldn't stand being 10 minutes
It
late.
would really. It would,
But
yeah.
then what if everyone was
And Man, like a plane going, like when we can fly. Stress.
Oh, true. Yeah.
God.
But okay,
Why am I always 10 minutes late?
because you signed the deal with the devil with Would You
What did I
Rather.
take? What? I got that extra 10 minutes sleeping.
Yeah, okay, no, fair
Well,
enough.
it's probably extra 30 minutes you get.
See, I'm not a snoozer. I don't push the snooze button.
Yeah, you do kind of.
Yeah, my wife, I'm just like, bang, I'm up.
Yeah, I'm
Because
the
otherwise,
exact same.
yeah, I feel like you're just prolonging the pain.
Yeah.
Exactly, I agree.
What's 10 more minutes going to get you?
No, nothing. No, you're right.
88% of people said they would rather be 20 minutes early.
88%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's the
There we go.
stats.
Yeah,
We've got a
guess-
punctual nation.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Would you rather know the history of every object you touched,
Oh.
Oh, in today's society. Oh, God.
or be able to talk to animals?
Wait, I would rather be able to talk to animals.
Yeah, I don't want to know what I've touched.
Yeah.
No.
I like the
Well,
stuff
that-
I know that I've
Ignorance
touched.
is bliss, in
Yeah.
that situation.
Well, you think about
30
everything now
seconds.
around,
Imagine what's happened to that
I
microphone.
know,
you hold.
I know.
Imagine where that's been. Probably there the whole time.
Yeah.
Back with Would You Rather very shortly.
So I got
Oh,
a
this
little
is a
bit of
good
an
one.
intro
This
just
is a
to
good
kind of
one.
set this up.
Yeah, cool.
Monarchy.
This is a good one.
And mics
Monarchy,
are
yeah,
on.
bud.
It's the Killers. You're on the hits. Jono and Ben on the final Iso-Luncheon. Now, if you're a small New Zealand business and you're looking for help navigating COVID-19, there's a free support network set up. A whole lot of business experts at hand to offer you offer help with questions and advice. Amazing online tool, totally free, as I said before. It's called Monarchy, and it's Manaaki. And joining us on the phone, one of the founders who set it up, former sports star Monty Beetham. How's it going?
Good here, boys. How's
Here's a good one. Would you rather have all traffic lights you approach to be green, or never stand in line again?
Oh, never stand
Never
in
stand in
line
line.
again.
Do you not like standing in lines?
I just think if you're in a car, you're naturally going to get somewhere faster than if you're standing in a line.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's,
Yeah, no,
if that's
yeah,
fair
that's-
logic.
yeah, no,
You know
I
what I
think that's
mean?
good logic. You don't worry about you running reds.
I'm
and all
running
that.
reds anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But yeah, no, standing in line. It's just such a
Oh, yeah.
because or you get a red light. Yeah, it's gonna change.
It's
the
gonna
thing.
go
It's not
green
be,
anyway.
You're not gonna be there for much longer than the worst case scenario. What? 5 minutes if there's a multi.
Yes.
But if you're standing in line, you can be there for
Yeah,
hours.
exactly. Especially going into like a festival or something.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Okay,
all right.
that's good. That's good.
Would you rather? Well, I haven't got to the really good ones. Ben's nervous about the tone of them.
No, that's all right. I've got Family Feud ready to go. Don't hit it. Here we go, guys. He'll see you
Family
through with some
friendly.
the fun family board game.
Would you rather have been friends with Hitler?
No,
Oh,
no. I'm getting a card out.
I'm pulling a family feud card out. Would you rather spend the rest of your life with a sailboat as your home, or a motor? They call it an RV in America, but like a motorhome as your home.
Oh.
Oh, so you're either living in a boat
In
or
a
living
tiny
in
boat,
And a
or
bus.
or a what are they called? Bloody
Like-
camper vans.
Camper van.
Yeah.
Camper van, I reckon. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
Well, it depends if
you're
you
in
like
really-
the ocean or the.
Yeah.
but you could be in really rough waters.
Yeah, that's right. And you're
I
like,
love boats, but like living full time.
Paul Henry, broadcaster Paul Henry. When he left TV3, he just sailed around the world on his yacht, and he had a team of people with him.
Wow.
But he did say, when you're literally in the middle of nowhere and you can see nothing for
Yeah.
days on end,
That
it
must be
gets-
quite
it
Yeah.
gets boring. He's like, yeah,
and not seeing land and thing, and and not
Yeah.
knowing about the
I mean, it sounds lovely, but you're like,
Yeah.
but those are international waters, and you can do anything out there.
I don't know. Can you?
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right?
Well, I guess you're off the. Yeah.
If you're it's lawless out there. If you wanted to marry that pack of Family Feud cards,
Yeah, I can do that.
you could do
You
that
could.
in international waters.
No rules out there.
No. Oh, okay. I'll try and find another good one.
God, this is a good Mandarin.
Now, shall I do a tease at the end of this radio chat? Radio chat.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Teasing to win an ad.
Yeah.
Oh, this is quite an interesting
Correcto.
one. Would you rather have an easy job working for someone else, or work for yourself but you're working your ass off incredibly hard?
Oh.
Um,
Well, what do you?
Easy job working for someone else.
And
or
what is the comparable pay?
and is the result of your work so many questions.
Yeah.
Going to pay off? Like if you're starting up your own business, for example, like is it going to pay off?
Well, I guess that's the risk you take.
So let's say it's equal money.
Equal money.
Would you say, or would you want to change it to like?
I think I'd do an easy job for someone else.
But then I guess if you're working for yourself, you've got the potential to
On sell the business.
True.
At a point.
yeah,
Oh,
or
you got a
keep things
potential-
there. Let's say at the moment, I mean, but,
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd go easy job working for someone else.
At this stage of my life, easy
Yeah.
job working for someone else.
What about you,
I'm
Ben?
gonna go for myself.
Yeah, what are you going to do? What's going to be your business?
I don't know. I haven't thought about that.
Board games.
Board games, yeah. You know, and maybe I'll crack the next Monopoly or Family
Yeah.
Feud game.
So you're going to go and create Monopoly and try and sell Monopoly?
Yeah, I've come up with a new thing. Jeez, it's hard work though. It's real hard work. I'm really the same as I am in my own job, my old job. That was easy. But yeah, you can comment below on these if you want to play along with us.
Oh, yeah,
And,
people are
Jonas, would
saying-
you rather?
Work my AS off.
Would you rather be the first person to explore a new planet or be the inventor of a drug, topical, that cures a deadly disease? Oh, right now, if you invented the drug for
Yeah.
coronavirus,
I mean, there's no world. Yeah.
Put you
I
in
tell
there.
you what, I wonder that, you know, we'll get. But there are a lot of people that anti-vaccination. Well, how do they feel about the whole thing now? You
Having
know.
to take medicine for it.
Well, no, everyone wants a vaccine for COVID-19. You know, it's like, well, that proves, you know,
That they work.
or the anti-vax is going to go, oh no, I don't want this vaccination because I'm anti-vaccination.
5 seconds.
I know if you're an anti-vaxxer, comment in there.
And mics are on.
See ya, boys.
Next on the show, we're going to give away a free ad. The catch is the person has no idea we're calling. We're going to give it away next. It is the hits, Jono and Ben on the Iso-Luncheon.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Cut that off. All right.
Apologise to me, apologise to Benny.
Pardon? Yeah. Sorry, Benny. Sung over your lyrics,
right.
mate.
Would you rather go back to age 5 with everything you know now, or know everything your future self will learn?
No,
From this point
Oh,
on.
that's so hard.
So what you're going to learn from this day forward, you'll know now. Or you go start back at 5, and
No,
you're
I
like,
might know now, but maybe that's all you get
you'd be
to
such
know.
an unusual 5-year-old.
Yeah, but like, oh,
I
hang on.
think I'd go back to 5 because what if something absolutely terrible is going to happen in my life? I don't want to know that.
Yes, and you could try and avoid it.
Oh, but true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'd be like, hey, there's going to be a year 2020. You might want to avoid it.
Yeah.
You
Stay
see that video of
inside,
that
yeah.
lady?
Yeah.
Next one. Would you rather be an average person in the present, or have been the king of a large country or queen 2,500 years ago? 2,500 years ago. So would you rather be a king or queen 2,500 or living as you are now?
That's, yeah.
I think
So
King
how
or
many years ago?
Queen.
2,500. So you're talking the pyramids.
Oh,
you
yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
But you're still living in damp
It
conditions.
would not be ideal.
True.
Yeah,
You know, well, there's no internet.
yeah.
There's no,
There's nothing.
You're
Yeah.
like, yeah.
No,
well,
I'd rather be an average person now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably want to do more.
Would you have been Cleopatra?
Well, I don't know enough about that time. I'd need to research.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
it was actually going to happen.
It was bleak.
yeah.
But they did a lot of great stuff that's, helping Ben drink out of a drink bottle today.
Exactly.
Yeah. They built pyramids and stuff.
Yeah.
So this starts off with the
Oh, win an ad thing.
Cool.
yeah.
Would you rather be forced to dance every time you heard music or be forced to sing along to any song you heard?
Say that again.
Would you rather be forced to dance to any song that came on or have to sing along at the top of your voice to any song that came on?
I see, like, song, like, you're
So
like,
you're either singing loud or you're dancing.
oh, mate, over here, he's loving that.
Hey, Jono, did you edit both those just in one, like both the winning ads, or just one of them?
Both are chopped.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How's it start?
It just starts with the bed just kicking straight off.
Oh,
Singing at least like people do kind of sing along, but no one just starts dancing.
We'll come back to that.
And mics are on.
That song is massive on TikTok. It's been used by the likes of Jennifer Lopez. It is, of course, Benny and Glitter. It is the hits. Jono and Ben on the Iso-Luncheon.
Don't tell the sales department because
Yeah, dancing or singing. Anytime
I
a
love that
song
we're
comes
like-
on, you're either dancing your heart out or you're singing.
Dancing.
Really?
I'm a horrendous singer.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you might be a good singer. Maybe they haven't spent were you a good singer or a good dancer?
Actually,
No, you just you,
that would be
you have the
quite
skills now.
embarrassing.
You have the skills now.
All right.
Imagine every time I put the radio song on, I just like stood up and just like.
What if I sang like Beyonce? Like if I was like Beyonce, I was like, wow. But then I'd look like a show off, wouldn't I?
Yeah, but what? We're in a bloody meeting about the planning session for the next financial quarter.
I want to like Justin Timberlake.
But then I guess the flip side is you're in that important meeting and you're singing at the top of your
Yeah,
lungs.
I know.
I'm going to go singing.
I'm gonna go dancing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go dancing too.
I just feel like I'm making less of a scene. But still, you're making a scene.
Would you rather move to a new city or town every week or never be able to leave the city or town you were born in?
Oh,
I'd never leave the town you were born in. Having to move every week. What?
yeah, but then you can't see the world.
But you just look at it through the internet.
True.
Would you move every week? No stability.
Well, you know, but you wouldn't. You'd still keep your stuff in a bag. Wouldn't you? You wouldn't-
I actually think I'd move every week.
You're not unpacking, are you? You're not going,
Oh, but then when you're an old grandma or grandpa, you'd be like,
Constantly on the move. Well, time to wrap up now. I'm off to Tulsa and like,
Oh, I don't know, but then you're not going to see anything else. It's a tough one. It's a tough
and
one.
then the travel time, like. But you'd form no meaningful relationships.
yeah, that's true.
You'd just be on
that's
the-
really true.
Very transient.
So a quick tease at the end of that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is a good one. Would you rather travel the world for a year on a shoestring budget or stay in only one country for a year but you live in absolute luxury?
Wait, say that first option again.
Travel the entire world on a shoestring
Well,
budget.
now I guess it's probably. This is no COVID-19, obviously.
I'd do one.
Explain that.
All right.
Well,
5
yeah,
seconds.
like going from country to like yeah. Next on the show, I've got a parent hack. If you're homeschooling your kids, giving that a crack, I've got something that works beautifully. I'm going to tell you about it next. It is the hits. Jono and Ben on the Iso-Luncheon.
Ben, I need to have a quick word with you.
What?
You know when I'm doing these would you rathers, I can't actually provide a worldwide trip for a year in a country for luxury, so I don't know if people are taking them
Seriously, I is.
as going, oh, there's COVID, I'm not travelling.
Oh no, but I just mean in the environment of now.
Okay, well, let's say this, no one ate a bat. Okay, let's say that.
Yeah, like
Let's
you
say that
know,
never happened.
traveling from country to country and then having to self-isolate for 14 days.
Yeah, that would be a
you know,
shambles.
like it's like
Put
it's
me
not
in
the
one
It's not
country.
the time for traveling. As much as I love traveling, it's you know, it's a scary time in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably go one country in luxury.
Same.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't mean that you can't do.
No,
other
you can't.
countries.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You're like, oh, I had a great year there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you've
Yeah.
always wanted to move to a country, you can just do that then.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, good.
Okay,
point.
we'll lock that in.
Did you see about that guy in the old elderly guy in? No, not that guy. But he's in England. He worked. He's like almost 100 years old or whatever it is. And he walked around his yard like thousands of times. He's been doing it for days. And he raised like $2 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there, this
Oh,
guy.
bless him.
Oh.
Look at him. The wee hon.
He had like a guard of honor and everything like that. It was pretty amazing.
Oh.
Former
He wanted to
soldier.
raise 2,000, and he raised like I think it was a ridiculous amount of money.
Shoot.
That's adorable.
Good on him.
Walks around. So he's got so. Sorry, 99-year-old man. Here you go. We've just been talking about this on the TV. British man raised $20 million.
20 million.
$20 million walking around, laps around his yard because he's in lockdown. He set a challenge to complete 100 laps of his backyard to mark his 100th birthday. Wanted to raise $2,000 New Zealand, £1,000, and he ended up raising 20 million New Zealand dollars.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
so
That's a lovely
cute.
story.
Yeah,
We should try and talk to him.
yeah.
What's the time zone when breakfast is on?
Their night time.
So you can talk to people in England first
Yep.
thing in the morning.
Basically 12 hours, 13 hours difference. Yep. So it'll just be
Try and
his
hook 'em
night
up.
time. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
okay.
friend Oh no, we're all
You go,
into
you
a
go.
song. We're all good.
You go. You go.
My friend Abby says, I'm watching the show, seeing Ben be an absolute queen wearing Taylor Swift merch.
I know, he's a big Swiftie.
Yeah,
He went to the concert and
I
bought
did, I
that.
bought that at the concert.
Love it.
Yeah, it was great, you know.
He was the only fully grown man there.
He probably was. Used to buy t-shirts.
Tay-Tay! Tay-Tay! Please shake it off!
Biggest fangirl. I love it.
You got me, and he turned up to Little Mix with
Oh, that was the sign was for the
with a
kids.
sign saying, "I love Little Mix."
Yeah,
He said it was for his daughters.
Yeah, we did. We worked hard on that. But
Christian
they did
Bale.
the whole kid thing of like, we want to make a sign. And you're like, yeah, great. And then they start it, and then they lose interest, and you end up having to like glitter the thing yourself at home. You're like, I spent like an hour making that sign.
Yeah, I went to a Taylor Swift concert ages ago. I was probably like in middle school when I made myself a big sign. I like made mum take me to Look Sharp to get all the paint supplies and like.
Yeah, you do.
And then I'm pretty sure like I got told off by the people behind me,
That's
so I was
what I was
holding it
about
up.
to
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you really
don't
there's no
wanna be the-
consideration for the people behind you.
I know.
I love Little Mix. Hey, mate.
we all so do I, but I want to see them.
Okay, would you rather be a reverse centaur, so you know half horse,
It's your
half
horse
human?
body, human head.
So reverse of that, so you'd have the horse head and the human body, or a reverse mermaid, so the fish head, human body.
Oh, horse head. It'd be horse head, wouldn't it? Human body.
Yeah.
That'd be a bit weird.
I actually just
Horse head, human body. I would like the bottom half of the horse.
Yeah, but
be
that's
fast.
not the option, right?
No, that's not the option. So
It's
no, I
just
wouldn't
like
pick
you
that.
choose your.
So I'm going to
choose-
pick a fish head, human body. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm going horse head, human body.
I'm going to go fish head, human body.
You'd be comical.
Yeah. Mermaids would be a lot less attractive, eh?
Yeah, the other way
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
To be fair, though, the guy hooked up with half a fish,
Which is
didn't he?
Oh.
Didn't he kiss her and then she became not a fish? Is that how the story goes, the Little Mermaid?
I haven't seen the Little Mermaid in so
What
long.
happens?
Oh,
I don't really remember.
the mermaid. She gets to go on land, but then she loses her voice because
Do
the
they see-
Ursula, the little
That's
sea
right.
witch, like, and then it's like she has a and
Oh,
then-
so at no point he's not having to navigate his way through a half
no, I
fish,
don't think
half
so.
human,
And
in a
then at the
romantic
end-
sense.
Oh no, but at the end, I mean, did she go back to mermaid or she?
Oh, I can't even. I need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
He's sent to the authorities.
Like,
Hey, old mate's hooking up with a fish.
what's he doing?
What's another good one here? There's some really good ones.
Yeah, people are saying horse head.
Horse head. Yeah, it's the
Someone
popular
said
option.
Yeah.
reverse- Oh yeah, horse head.
Playing Would You Rather on the live stream today. Thanks for tuning in, subscribing to the channel.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. It's very
Would you
hard.
ra-
We're
here's a
starting a
good one.
Facebook page from nothing. So, it's great to have you guys on here. We appreciate it.
Started this page from nothing, and you guys are the OGs.
Yeah, you know, geez, when we look back at a year's time, you remember? Yeah, I was here.
Here's a good one. Would you rather have edible spaghetti hair that regrows every night? So you
Oh,
eat
edible
Oh, so you just eat it for dinner.
Yep. Or sweat maple syrup.
What's for dinner again? You're like, oh, you know what it
There we
is.
go. Tuck in.
or sweat maple syrup.
Sweat maple
I
syrup.
think I'd sweat maple syrup. And
But you'd be so sticky.
yeah, but you just focus on not sweating.
Oh, true.
I would
Yeah,
just
if you
work
don't,
out at
yeah,
home.
no, I know.
You have to eat your hair.
At the gym, you're just like drenched in maple syrup.
Then I have pancakes.
Otherwise, you're at the gym with like a head full of spaghetti here.
That's a very good one.
Do you want the indie fact or Sienna fact first?
Ah, it
Ian?
doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter?
Nah, it doesn't
Cool.
matter. We just banter around these. And I'll throw out calls. I don't know if we'll get any calls through, but we'll give it a go. If you learnt something from House Party, give us a call. 100 the hits.
Yeah.
You're just gonna go on with like hanging out with the kids sort of thing?
Yeah,
With the mic- it's on
yeah,
just
yeah,
little
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
All right,
We're
and
kinda
mics.
homeschooling,
Mics are on.
Break it down.
It's Robbie Williams just shaved off his hair to his wife. Shaved off his hair.
He said shaved off his head. I was like,
Sorry.
wow, he's not taking the
Sorry.
lockdown very well.
Shaved off his hair during lockdown. It is the hits. Jono and Ben on the Iso-Luncheon now. A lot of parents right now have the responsibility of homeschooling their kids.
Oh yeah, yesterday I was in charge of physical education and
Oh, God.
basically spent. I mean, look,
I guess there was no one else. So.
there's no other option.
Yeah.
And spent 3/4 of an hour running around with my daughter, pretending we were Pegasuses.
Right.
You know, are they? I didn't know what the plural of a Pegasus was. You know, the horse with wings.
Oh yes,
Yeah, I don't know if it's Pegasuses or
Pegasi
Pegasusi
or something. Yeah, I don't know.
No, but the backstory was she was like, "Oh, there's been a fire in the Pegasus bathroom." I was like, "Why have they got a bathroom? Surely they're dropping bombs from above."
Oh yeah, true.
If you were, but
Yeah.
anyway, we were trying to put out the fire, and
That's good. Good
she was
for-
Peggy, and I was Steve, and
good name for a
yeah, it, was
Pegasus.
it was a wonderful PE class. I don't know how physical education had to do with anything.
You really, yeah, that's great. Yesterday when I came home from work, my wife's also a teacher. So she has to look after her actual class. So she's like, "Oh, can you look after the kids through homeschooling?" I did a little bit of stuff, and then the kids
You're
were
like, "Hey, I'm not the qualified one
yeah,
here, mate."
yeah, it's not for me. And then the kids were like, "Hey, I want to get on house party and talk to my friends." And I was like, "Well, hang on, they've got facts on house party. So if you come back and tell me a fact after each little catch up on the house party video call it's learning at the same time." So they came back with a couple of good facts. I'll play them to you now. Here's one.
Birds don't pee.
Birds don't pee.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that? Birds don't pee. That was Indy.
Hold on, mate. They're going to go back to school. They're going to be like, "Hey, did you do any of the curriculum we put up on the Google Drive?" No, but birds don't pee. Oh, well, then you're going to have to restart the year because your dad has done a shocking
They'll
job
be
of
like, "You're
educating
smarter
you.
than all the other kids there." So there you go. 0800 the hits if you've got a fact that you can pass on to us from house party. Because here's another one.
Well, some kangaroos that lived 12,000 years ago were the same size as rhinoceroses.
I take it back. You've passed with flying colours now.
How's that?
Kangaroos as rhinos.
Wouldn't that be a scary experience?
They're just big Aussie buffheads, kangaroos, aren't they?
Well, imagine them the same size as rhinos.
Yeah, terrifying things. I don't know how they get so muscly. They're cut.
Oh,
aren't they,
yeah.
kangaroos?
Yeah, they're always working out, right?
So what have you learnt from House Party 0800 the hits? What I learnt from House Party is don't download House Party because you get bombarded with notifications about friends who have joined House Party.
Oh, yeah. You always know we're in social L's on at all times of the night.
Yeah.
Through House Party. I wake up in the morning and say, "Oh, Al had a late one last night." On House Party.
CY's a bit shady at work today.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. Who's on the phone here? Felicity, you're in Christchurch. Welcome to the radio show.
Thank you for having me.
What'd you learn on House Party, Felicity?
I learned that Doritos were invented in Disneyland.
No.
What? Really?
Apparently so. I was quite blown away with that one. But then I thought about it, and it kind of makes sense because, Disneyland's like the most magical place in the world, and I reckon Doritos are pretty magical. So
They are very
I guess
magical.
It kind of works out.
They've literally pulled me through the last 4 weeks, Doritos.
A lot of New Zealanders say they're the real heroes.
Joining us on line 2, Darren. No, he's on line 3. I'm sorry, I'm really trying to come to terms with this phone system.
That's all right, mate.
And I'm not doing a great job of reading it. And it's pretty straightforward, too. Like, it's my fault. I'm not blaming this on anyone else.
Yeah.
I'm very basic. Joining us, Rebecca. You're from the Hawke's Bay. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Are you coming to us with a fact from House Party?
I am, yeah. My fact is that goats actually have accents, and I have 3 at home, so now my mind's just blown.
Goats have accents.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm not good at accents.
Yeah, but they all go, yeah. They'll be like, "Oh, yeah, he's Scottish. He's bloody." Oh, what? Okay.
Is it racist to do an impersonation of a goat accent?
You're going to have to ask a goat. I don't know.
You don't want to offend anyone. Darren, you're in Whangarei, and now you're on the radio. What's your fact from House Party?
Yeah, first off, bloody love listening to you boys on the hits. Good job.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you for spouting off our pre-prepared propaganda that our producer told you to say. We appreciate it.
Yeah, that's nice.
I was on House Party the other night and found out that in the 1880s, pants was actually considered a dirty word.
Pants.
Yeah, like pants. Like, I'm not wearing any pants.
Well, that's also a dirty thing now, but I guess pants is it. Well, there we go.
Well, fun fact, Ben's not either, so we're all in the same boat. Thank you, Darren. Have a wonderful day.
There's your hack today for homeschooling House Party. It's a great source of facts. Next on the show, one of the stars of the Tiger King. We've got Jeff Lowe joining us. You heard part of it yesterday. Today we get into what, Jono, with him?
We're going to talk about Joe Exotic and his pure hatred for Joe Exotic. Live on Zoom. It's joining you next.
Stick around. There's the hits. All right.
All right, so back to Would You Rathers. That was fun.
That was fun. That's fun.
House Party was fine, but then I heard that someone was hacking.
Yeah. I don't know
Zoom's
if that-
apparently the one too.
Zoom's been hacking.
Oh, in the dark web, apparently all this stuff's getting sold to things and people's all sorts of conversations. Apparently
Filming your Zoom meetings.
That's what someone was. That's that. Yeah. What's that?
I'm screwed if any of my house party conversations from last night.
Yeah.
I am screwed.
Social L's worried.
Yeah.
What are they doing? They don't have so much sensitive company information.
Yeah, like the Zoom people obviously going, hey, this is not, it is watertight, but I don't know, I guess, and that's saying the rumours were started by a competing, company just to go to sabotage them. So who knows? I don't
Quick
know.
question: do you want to whoosh on the beginning of this one? Yep,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So what do we got? Another would you rather?
Yeah, another would you rather. Sorry. Would you rather have skin that changes colour based on your emotions, or tattoos that appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday, everything you did? So it's like, boom. Oh, okay, Ben. have a peer around what you got up to yesterday.
Like, do I get to like?
I might put a t-shirt on.
Yeah, like a look what you did.
Or is he alone in the bathroom on his
or
forehead?
like Post Malone, where it's all over my face. Like,
I'd probably have the skin changing colour with your emotions.
I'll give the tattoos a nudge.
Yeah,
yeah, why not?
Well, you have given them a nudge.
Yeah.
What's another good one here?
Should we play Jeff Lowe for the Facebook live stream?
Oh, yeah, you probably the internet likes that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the internet does.
the
Tiger
internet,
King. I've only watched 2 or 3 episodes of Tiger King so far.
When was the last time you had any contact?
Oh, has it start?
It just starts like this.
When was the last time you had any contact with Joe Exotic?
Would you rather have to fart loudly every time you have a serious conversation,
Oh, God.
or have to burp after every kiss?
Oh, that's so hard.
I would go burping because it's not like you're kissing. You're having a conversation more than you're kissing.
True. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I love Would You Rathers. I think it's my favourite game.
They're so good. These are fantastic ones.
Are you just doing it off the internet?
Just the internet, yeah.
Love it.
Found a link.
How much do we need to set this up?
It's probably the same again. There's this docker. But just do the same setup as yesterday.
Yeah.
And you can say this is the second half because it's...
Would you rather be a famous director or a famous actor?
Famous actor.
I feel like there's more longevity in directing.
True.
You get paid more acting, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, say that to Julia Roberts. She's done pretty well.
And mics are on.
You're on the hits. Jono and Ben on the Iso-Luncheon. Now, of course, the hugely popular Netflix documentary seems to have everyone talking is Tiger King, and one of the stars of the show is Jeff Lowe. Now, he takes over the zoo from Joe Exotic, right? Who's the guy with the mullet?
Yeah, you would have seen Joe Exotic, pictures of Joe Exotic floating around your feed as of late, and he basically used to own a zoo full of wild cats, tigers and leopards and all that sort of stuff. And this guy has taken over the zoo. Joe Exotic's now in prison.
It's a crazy story.
It is. We don't want to give away too much about it because you should go and watch it on Netflix.
It just gets crazier and crazier. And yesterday we caught up with Jeff Lowe and his wife Lauren on Zoom. And here is part 2 of our catch up from one of the stars of the Tiger King. When was the last time you had any contact with Joe Exotic?
It would have been about like the 18th of June of 18. He texted me after he left the park. He texted me and he says, "I just can't do this no more, and now I don't want anybody to know where I'm at." So he was living up, about 30 or 40 miles away from the park, hiding in somebody's backyard, and he was just trying to abscond from the authorities because he knew something. Yeah, he knew something was coming, and he was applying for a job as an emergency room nurse with a falsified resume that another nurse friend of his helped him to draft. Yeah, so he was right up to the end. He was trying to scam everyone. So, can you imagine Joe Exotic as your nurse with no credentials whatsoever? Yeah.
Wow. The story just gets weirder and weirder.
He could sing you to sleep.
What I really appreciate about Joe is his blasé security with gun control. I mean, he's just firing bullets off left, right, and center. Were you ever close to being shot by Joe Exotic?
Oh, man.
No, but when he would get into his studio and he was doing his Carol Baskin, his hatred videos towards her, he would pull that gun out and shoot through the walls. And
He just fires bullets off.
Reckless. Wow.
Yeah, and you'll be voting for him in his presidential campaign, Joe Exotic for president 2020.
Yeah, he actually had signs in the park.
Already.
Already, like after he lost the election in 2016, surprisingly, he had the 2020 signs printed and stuck on the buildings.
Yeah, well, you got it planned.
We've got one of the stars of the Netflix documentary, The Tiger King, on Zoom with us right now, Jeff Lowe and his wife, Lauren, in America.
President Donald Trump has weighed into the documentary. And what do you think about a potential presidential pardon for Joe Exotic to be released from prison?
I think if he wants to protect Joe Exotic's life, he'll leave him where he's at, because there's so many people that hate him now and that would like to get famous by knocking off the former Tiger King. On top of it, he's got so many more charges pending from the federal government here for campaign finance violations,
Tax evasion.
income tax. So even if Trump let him out, he'd be right back in. They'd probably arrest him before he got to his limousine.
Tax evasion. Ben's been doing that for a while.
Yeah, but don't admit it. No, that's the thing. You don't admit it.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you believe that he ordered a hit out on Carol Baskin?
Absolutely.
Yes,
he talked about it every damn day of his life. And, and then when he finally went to that fat Chucky looking guy, and because James was in the strip club and James in strip club business. So Joe thought James would know the, unsavory, shady characters. So James was already working with the feds, unbeknownst to Joe. So the feds sent in this great big biker looking guy. And James says, here it is, Joe. Here's your guy. This guy will do it. So Joe stood right up in the office and explained what he wanted him to do, follow her into a parking lot and cap her and drive off. And he promised to give the guy some money by selling tiger cubs the following week. Had he handed the guy a $1 bill at that point, they would have raided the park and arrested him.
It's just an unbelievable story. We thank you so much for your time today. And one other unbelievable thing I found out is, Jeff, you've got 60 to 70 of the same brand of T-shirts.
They're $80 T-shirts, so not everyone wears them anymore. And as soon as Izod starts putting skulls on shirts, I'll switch to Izod.
Right.
All it takes is a skull on a shirt.
Yeah.
Bedazzle it if you want, whatever.
Okay, and finally, one last question. Out of all of the cast of Tiger King, who is the craziest? Are we talking Joe Exotic? Are we talking Carol Baskin? Are we talking the guy Antle who runs his weird cult tiger thing?
I think Joe would probably be the loosest cannon of the bunch, because he had the world in the palm of his hands, and he just let his hatred and his greed destroy him. And he let one woman sitting 1,600 miles away drive him crazy every single day of his life. And now I'm sure it's even worse. Can you imagine? This guy wanted fame so bad, and now he's sitting in a federal prison in a 9x7 cell. Can't enjoy the fact he's on People magazine today. Couldn't even watch the documentary, and it would drive him absolutely crazy to know that we were getting, the attention that we're getting.
Well, he's probably one of the most famous people in the world right now. Yeah, unbelievable story. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for the 7 hours of my life I'll never get back.
I tell you what, next time we're over there, we'll be coming to visit that zoo.
Absolutely.
We'll have the new one open by then.
Oh, we'll be there. We'll be there.
Oh, are we?
We'll give away a trip on the radio station to the zoo.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Done it. Promo on the spot. I'll sort out the flights.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Once the border control restrictions are off, we're over there.
All right, buddy.
Hey, thanks for your time today, guys. Thank you. That is one of the stars of the Tiger King, Jeff Lowe, and his wife, Lauren. If you want to catch that full interview, you can catch it on iHeartRadio, on our Facebook page as well. The Hits Breakfast next on the show. Thanks to Grab One, we're going to reward an Iso-Legend. If you know someone, text the Hits, and we could be rewarding them with a $250 Grab One voucher for all they're doing for New Zealand. It is the Hits.
Cool.
Would you rather?
Short today?
Pardon?
We're short today?
I think we've got two options.
Double song or a...
Yeah. If we play double song, we'll come out at 12:54, which means we have about 3 minutes on the end.
That's fine.
Great.
Yeah.
We haven't lost a break, eh? No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what because usually we don't have to play two songs.
Oh, all good. We've played everything? Yeah.
We have, eh? Jeff Lowe.
Would you rather? But back to Would You Rather. Thank you for joining us back on the Facebook Live. Write your answers in the comments section. Would you rather have amazingly fast typing / texting speed, or be able to read ridiculously fast? Reading fast would be great, wouldn't it? I've never finished a book. Never.
Have you never finished a book?
Never finished a book.
Wow.
I think the last book I actually probably finished from start to finish was like The Witches by Roald Dahl when I was like 7 or 8. I'm just not a writer. I don't like reading. Do you like reading?
What was the would you rather?
Would you rather type text incredibly fast or be able to read incredibly fast?
Read incredibly fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like I'm already quite a fast typer and texter.
Yeah, you got that skill down.
And so I would like to read fast. And also have the ability to focus on reading. Because once I've read 2 pages, then I'm like, oh, I didn't even take any of that in.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I failed at school.
Right.
That's studying, reading.
It's reading.
And I'm not good, and digesting, and I just can't do it. I don't know what it is in me. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
What would you rather do, Ben?
Yeah, probably the reading.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a big reader, but when I do start, I've got to finish it. Like that's the thing, and so I'd rather not start than start.
Yes, I see what you mean.
He's been avoiding books.
Because I'm like, I've got to finish this book now. I've got to go. And then
you don't have to finish it.
I know, but you've started it, you've got to finish it. So it's like, yeah. But then I'll be like, do I want to read this now? Not now.
Gotta commit.
I know.
Yeah.
The mental fight.
All right, I got to finish this now. I'll become quite obsessive with it, and I'll read it lots, and I have to knock it out.
Would you rather never get a paper cut again, or never get something stuck in your teeth again?
Never get something stuck in my teeth because I feel like that
Yeah,
happens
like
more
how
often.
often do you get a paper cut?
Yeah.
I've got this annoying little gap in this back tooth. Food always goes in it.
Yeah.
I'm having to floss it out. That would be a nice thing not to have
Not
to
to
do.
have that, yeah.
You know, and I know there's no bigger problem in the world at the moment.
Yeah, that's right.
Apart from food being stuck in my teeth.
Yeah. You grown around just like me.
Would you rather lose your best friend or all of your friends except your best friend?
Ooh.
So you're culling a whole group of friends if you take option B.
Yeah, but then.
Wait, lose your.
But your best friend changes.
Yeah,
you know, are they your best friend forever?
Yeah.
If you keep a
Yeah,
wide group,
I
then
don't
you
have
can...
one sole best friend
So you
that
could- you could-
covers all bases. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I've got a couple of best friends.
Okay.
For different.
So you're opting out of the mass murder option.
Yeah. I think so.
I don't know if it turned into mass murder.
What are you going to go?
Oh, it's a tough
Are you going to keep your best friend or Carly run out?
Well, it's like, but then you're right. You can make new friends and stuff, and you're like, oh, well, we've just.
But then if you get rid of your best friend, you maybe kind of new best friend into a group of friends.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a tough.
That's real hard because it's savage.
It is savage.
It's savage,
No matter
but
what
this
you
is
do.
would you rather, and you need to make
But
a
then as
decision.
you get older, you feel like your friends sometimes, you see lots of people, but
The group gets smaller.
then
Yeah.
you always,
True.
but
My group's literally gone down to 0. Just me.
Just yourself.
Just a
so you got to get rid of yourself.
just a depressing old man in a house drinking beer. Would you rather be the best in the world at climbing trees or the best in the world at jumping rope? Skipping.
So neither of those are really
Climbing
like,
trees.
So I'm the best tree climber. Yeah, so what, mate?
Look at me go.
I mean, there's an age where you need to stop climbing trees.
Yeah, like if I was 10 years old, I'd probably like both these options would be amazing. But
Unless there was can you win an Olympic medal for skipping, or can
Yeah.
you use that to?
I feel that's quite a cool party trick, though. Like, hey,
Yeah,
watch
true.
this, guys.
yeah, but then
there's
if
that
you're
one
like,
guy
watch
who's like-
me guys, let's
Yeah.
go like up a tree. And then we're like, oh, look at old Ben up here. He's loving it.
Oh, that's the toughest question so far. We can't decide.
Yeah.
Would you rather eat an egg with a half-formed chicken inside of it, or eat 10 cooked grasshoppers?
10 cooked
Yeah,
grasshoppers.
10 cooked grasshoppers.
Oh, yeah.
In some countries, that's a delicacy. The
Yeah.
the
Crickets
chicken
and
one.
stuff and-
Yeah. Would you rather wear one colour each day, or have to wear 7 different colours
Oh.
in your outfit?
Can 7 different colours be the slightest different?
No,
shade?
they have to stand
That's
out.
quite good.
You have to have like a blue pant, a red leg, and like,
Because the other you have the multicolour. Yeah, because some days you're like, oh, I could come to work all in black clothing. Black chest plate, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but the other day, your white clothing, you look like on the Backstreet Boys,
Yeah.
pink,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I'd go
Some
same
days you'd be
colour.
like, oh, mate, see.
Yeah, I think I'd go same colour as well.
I pretty much just wear black anyway.
No, but you wouldn't be able to wear that though.
Why not?
That would be, you'd have to wear a different colour each day.
Oh.
Yeah.
So one day
So
you'd be
it's turned
fine, but the
weird
next day you'd be in all pink, and then next after that you'd be in all orange, and the next day so that's the thing. You get one day out of every 20, you'd be back to
back to black.
But that's what I say. Outside of maybe you're like
Okay.
yeah. Next day you'd be cooking out, so you wear black clothes once maybe every 20 days.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
All right, you guys across this Iso-Legend?
Yes.
Cool.
The police officer?
Yep. And be mindful around 3 minutes or so.
All right, mate.
Thanks. What do you mean?
Oh, so she's a paramedic. She's a paramedic
Yeah.
and he's a police officer.
Shoot. What a partnership.
Hey, can I talk? Can we try and get Sophie's number too, bro? If we can, try and get her on the phone.
8 seconds.
If you can, if not, no stress.
And mics are on.
It's Justin Bieber. It is the hits. Jono and Ben on the Iso-Luncheon. And before we go, we like to reward someone who's doing great work for New Zealand right now, because a lot of great New Zealanders, to coin a phrase from another popular radio station,
We've been coining that phrase every day.
yeah,
I know.
are
We should
really
apologise.
pitching in and doing great work for the country, and we like to reward them right now.
That's right. So this person has been nominated. They're going to win a $250 grab-on voucher. And these people, I believe, are doing some of the hardest work out there, having to control numbnuts like you and me, Ben.
Hello, Jack speaking.
Is this Jack Hibbs, police officer from East Auckland?
Yes, it is, speaking.
It's Jono and Ben, low-rent radio announcers from the hits. How are you?
Oh, yeah, good, man. How are you guys?
We're doing well. You've been nominated by your wife, Sophie, for the Iso-Legend today. You're a police officer on the front line, out there doing it all, and then coming home cooking meals while she goes out and is a paramedic.
Oh, yeah, just any other day is what it is.
Well, yeah, no, you guys are doing amazing stuff.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I really appreciate that. But no, hey, we love what we do, and that's why we're here.
Now, I know Ben's had a bit of a run-in with the law in the
bring that up.
past. Is it okay for you to be talking to him right now, a known criminal?
Oh, yeah, none of those restraining orders or anything like that.
Yeah. Can you accept a prize from a known criminal?
This is a bribe. It comes across as a bribe now.
We've actually got Sophie, your partner, on the phone. Well, producer Bumfrey's actually teed up Sophie. His name's Ben Humphrey, and we've just labelled him Bumfrey.
With that nickname.
But Sophie, are you there as well?
Yeah.
You nominated Jack as the Iso-Legend, but you're a paramedic. You're also an Iso-Legend.
Yep, I'm just in between night shifts. The phone call actually woke me up.
Sorry about that. So are you guys seeing each other at all? Because you must be working, different shifts, different hours of the day.
Jack, he waited at the crossroads this morning for us, so we could say hello.
Waited to say hello on the way. Well, thank you so much for what you're doing for New Zealand, you guys. We're going to reward you with a $250 grab-one voucher. You can spend that on whatever you want after lockdown. There's some awesome things in there. Beauty, massage and spa. There's amazing food packs as well to feed the family. There's restaurant deals, all that and more from Grab One. So thanks, guys.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, thanks very much for that.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Oh, good on you guys. You are you're keeping New Zealand running, and we're not doing that. So.
Yeah, you are better people than us. Well done. Thanks, of course, to Grab One, your everyday essentials delivered today. And thank you to you guys for listening. It's been a lot of fun doing the Iso-Luncheon.
I tell you what, just doing an hour of radio is a dream, Ben, and I think we should talk to management about continuing this cushy lifestyle. But we can't, because Monday we're starting on breakfast 7 a.m.
Well, we'll be there from 6, actually.
Actually, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't
6
talked to you
o'clock.
about that. 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, you agreed to 6 o'clock?
Yeah, that's where it starts. We'll be there from 6 o'clock.
I said 7.
No, 6. 6 is when breakfast starts. And I said, we were meant to finish at 9, but I said, let's go till 10. So we're going 6 till 10.
What?
6 till 10
Well,
on
who are you
Monday.
trying to kiss the arse
Oh,
of?
it's a new company, mate. You got to put in the hard lads at the start, then you can coast off.
Anyway, join us for breakfast on Monday. I want to say, actually, take this time to acknowledge Laura, Sam and Tony, who've been doing a fantastic job. Dave and Brody have also been doing a fantastic job in Christchurch as well. Our main goal is just to not lose every single one of the listeners that you have managed to gather.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. They're
We just
awesome
wanna keep
shows,
one of them.
awesome people, and you have yourself a great day, New Zealand. Stay safe.
Stay sanitised. Good day, Aotearoa.
Do you want to give away Are we giving away a prize on the live show?
Yeah, we are. We're going to give away the Griffins list. So we can get a few comments, did we?
Yeah, we sure did.
Let's go one.
Mike Puru is
Mike Puru's out there saying, well done for the
Love
Iso-Luncheon.
Yeah, the Iso-Luncheon.
And
All right. something to someone. Let's go.
So we've got a Griffin snack pack to give away. It's got things to keep you going through isolation. Griffin's Bickies, Eater Chips and Nuts, Huntley and Palmer's Crackers, and Nice and Natural Bars. And we're about to give one of those away to someone who's been on the live stream today.
And who was it, producer
Have we
Juliet?
given away anything to Amy Roscoe?
Don't think so.
No.
Okay,
Amy,
cool.
congratulations. You got
Well
an
done.
isolation pack thanks to Griffin's. And on Monday, so we're going to do breakfast from 6 till 10. But
Apparently he signed up for it.
Yeah, but between 9 and 10, we're going to be back on the live stream. We're going to do a little bit of a homeschooling quiz game for the whole family.
That's right. So join us then. Have a wonderful weekend. And
Stay safe.
stay safe. Stay sanitised. Good day. I'll tell you what.
There we go. There you go.